So what did Passport Jim do? Passport Jim put foot to ass on a worker bee. Let's go.
On Sunshine Shoulders, I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. This is an update on the Passport Jim who beat his Filipino girlfriend. You know, if you watch that short that I uploaded yesterday, excuse me, there was a gentleman, American, who...
See, he didn't give the ethnicity. I'm almost willing to bet this was a black man. I hate to say this. I'm almost willing to bet this was an urban man, an older urban man that put foot to ass on a 4'10" Filipino woman. Okay? I there's two clues that I think this is a brother. The fact that we have one brother reported on the story, and then he also mentions the other story with Jay Rello, which tells me this is an urban thing. Okay? I'm going to suspect Passport Jim is a brother. But let's continue.
Assaulted his Filipino girlfriend. And the police was called because he roughed her up pretty good. He's a big guy. He's about 300, 350 pounds. I don't know him, but I see him around because I walk past the apartments every single day on my morning walk. And she was bleeding, and, you know, he really did a number on her. Well, they took him down to the station, but they didn't keep him. I guess what happened was they allowed him and the girl to work something out, because they'll do that here. But he probably had to pay the girl and to drop the charges. Okay, because they have to file a case against you here, or, you know, and if they don't, they normally just let you go. But according to her, he's got mental problems. You know, she said he was shell-shocked from the military. And y'all know I don't play about their mental health. But I'm just saying, you know, if he's that bad off, because there's really no excuse for what he did. Even though I'm gonna tell you, he's got a reason why he did it. But there's no reason to do that. But if he's that bad of a shape, what's he doing getting on a plane, flying 8,000 miles to meet a girl and getting involved in a relationship? But this is one of those cases of 18 to 80 blind, crippled, and crazy backfiring. You know, my heart goes out to a lot of these women over here, man.
Okay. I love the point that he's going to make, because I heard a discussion. It was a question that was asked of another guy. I think it was asked of Game Changer. I forgot who asked the question. It might have been Free Zone Lou. The question was asked, I believe, was, are you adding to the exploitation? And I believe the answer that Game Changer gave was like, no, I'm not adding to it. I pay them for their services, and we, carry on. You go about your business. I believe Free Zone's point was, no, you're only adding to the exploitation because you're not putting these people in a position to get out of having to do this. That's exploitation. Yeah? The slave owners never put the slaves in position to no longer be slaves. It's like indentured servitude. Yeah? At any point during the 7-year contract, the slave owner could be like, we're going to renegotiate your contract at any given moment. You could be 6 years and 10 months into your 7-year contract, and they can come back at the last minute and be like, we're going to extend your contract another 5 years. I just can't afford to let you go. I'm going to take care of you, but I just can't afford to let you go. Okay? Right? Let's continue. Man, I wish Free Zone was here.
Because they're not in any position to turn men down. I'm talking about the ones we deal with. I'm not talking about all Filipinos. I'm talking about the ones we meet on those dating sites. Their situation is so dire, so bad, that they don't care how old you are. They don't care what you look.
Here's my thing. It's one thing for a woman to choose to engage in prostitution. I have no issue with that. Okay? But if you're talking about a bunch of people in a known third world country where their only respite is prostitution, then that's a problem. Then it's like, okay, you're compounding the issue, right? Because you're going to give her just enough for her services. You're not going to set anything up to help her get out of it. Not that it's your place, but you using her services is only compounding the issue. you continue the exploitation. Black folk are the first ones hollering, "I'm a victim of racism. I'm a victim of racial institute or racial systemic racism." And yet you will turn around and use your very your means and your act whatever to exploit and oppress somebody else. So it's like the abused person becomes the abuser. So we should, black folk, I guess, we understand what oppression feels like. But here you are engaging in sexual oppression, sexual exploitation. You're doing the same thing the evil white man is doing to you. You're just transferring that onto somebody else. But let's continue.
Look like, how much you weigh, your mental health condition. Do you got a pension? Can you help them? And that's it, They get very lucky if they do find a man, a good man who cares about them, who takes good care of them, doesn't beat them, doesn't mistreat them. We don't get lucky. We get unlucky. Because the dating pool that they have is fucked up, man. I'm sorry. It just is. And she picked a piece of shit out of that dating pool. Going to Maryland, I think he threw her off the balcony. They've got a little balcony. It's got a downstairs and upstairs, and they've got a little balcony.
He threw her off the damn balcony. Wow. Okay. Come on, let's get educated.
They pushed her off of there. He claimed that, he told the police that the woman stole his money. Well, even if she did steal your money, dude, you're 4 times bigger than the lady. She probably didn't weigh 90 pounds soaking wet. I'm not justifying it. If she stole it, call the police. File a case. Get her locked up. But from a legal standpoint, it's over. They let him out. And hopefully, if he's got any sense left in his brain, he will pack up and leave. Because where the young lady is from, she's from the mountains. Maryland knows exactly where she's from. A lot of MPA up there. And they don't take real kindly to foreigners beating on their daughters and sisters and stuff.
Oh, okay. Now, once again, I hear brothers say, well, what they do over there doesn't affect us. No, but you better pray you don't go over there and they look at you like, oh, we couldn't get the last one, but we're going to get your ass instead. Just on GP. You look like the last one. Okay? Everything has a cause and effect. Everything is a butterfly effect. You throw the pebble in the pond, the waves eventually, the ripples hit everything at some point. Eventually the ripple will come to you. Okay? So the fact that you got a black man throwing a 4'10" woman over a balcony, beating her half to death, and you don't think they're going to look at other black men like, yeah, y'all all the same. Okay, come on.
It's not over, dude. If you're watching this, man, get out of town. Okay, don't say I didn't warn you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, because this is when that two-man tandem usually comes into play. He thinks it's over with.
Yes, I believe they want women as third-class citizens. I believe these men want the power over women physically, emotionally, spiritually. I believe they want total domination over women. Listen, I have no issue with Game Changer, but if you listen to that guy for 5 minutes, your life is possibly in danger if you locked in a room with that dude. Okay? Listen to Game Changer for 5 minutes. Ladies, if you date that man, your life may be in danger because you're an insect to him. You have no value outside of your box to him. He probably doesn't even see you as a human. Guys like that are bountiful. Okay, there's plenty of guys like him that feel like women are beneath them and deserve nothing but a backhand. Okay? There are a lot of men out there like that. But come on, let's continue. Once again, I ain't trying to start no beef with Game Changer. I just think he's a weirdo, and I don't know why. You know what? Let me go on about my business.
A couple of days, then he'll walk out of there because he lives right across from that park, and he'll walk one way or the other, and they'll get him.
Not a fleshlight. Yeah, a fleshlight.
It's not over, man. That goes for anybody. There's no reason for you to beat on these women anywhere, okay? But thank y'all so much for stopping by. I just want to give y'all that update. It just seems like, man, these expats and passport bros is just going crazy all over the world. I saw something today on some guys in Colombia acting a donkey. And of course, a guy in Kenya. Maybe it's just that.
Okay, now he's referring to Jay Rello in Kenya. The footage I played for y'all, the woman wanted extra money to sleep with him on camera. And she was like, I want extra money. He's like, no. This is the one he beat her off camera. So it seems urban men have picked a perfect time during this spring equinox or summer solstice to act a goddamn fool all over the planet all at once. Okay, come on.
Time of year, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. But man, we going crazy, man. Then this guy. I mean, this is so out of character for St. Carlos City to have a foreigner beating his Filipina. I couldn't believe it. Merlin was an eyewitness. She's taking Booby and Lola to school. Rode right past her, and she had to stop. They called the police and the ambulance. He finally came out of there. He's very fortunate, man. He's very, very fortunate, guys. I thought for sure they were going to deport him, put a bond on him and deport him. But remember, here in the Philippines, they got their own way of doing things. They gave them a chance to sit down and negotiate. He probably paid her some money not to file the case. Okay, because if you, say for instance, you're driving your car over here and you run over somebody and you injure them or even kill them, they're going to take you to the station. But then once you negotiate with the family, either pay the hospital bill, pay the funeral, or whatever agreement y'all decide on, they'll let you out. It's not like the Commonwealth where you don't have to pick up the charges. I mean, you don't have to place any charges on the person. The Commonwealth will pick it up where I'm from. See, he wouldn't have got away with that in Kentucky. But just be careful, guys, over here. You know, pretty soon, man, we're not going to be welcome any damn where.
And that's the point I was trying to make. And this is what everyone keeps putting their heads in the sands about. Okay? White man gonna be all right. White man runs the world. White man gonna be all right. There's not gonna be no place where the white man ain't welcome. Urban men, that's a whole different story. Okay? You would hate to be, it'd be your first time going overseas, wherever it may be. And just so happens, because they couldn't get the last one that looked like you, they gonna get your ass, you know. We gotta get somebody. We gotta get one of them, and your luck, it'd be you. That's a horrible experience, right?
Okay, I'm just saying, man. But also, like I told you, you don't see anybody coming out, taking up for him, apologizing for him, do you? So stop all that apologizing, man. You got to take personal responsibility, really. I'm not the expat police, okay? But I just wanted to talk to you about this because it's right there in my face. I told Merle, I said, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this. People are going crazy, man, here lately. I mean, if he does have mental health issues, he needs to get some help. Okay, because they'll help him real quick over here. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever y'all find it in your heart to help somebody, I'm gonna help you right now. Michael Onstadt is our resident expat healthcare insurance specialist. Most expats over here in the Philippines do not have healthcare coverage. This is something we go without. I always put his link in my description or in my comments. Talk to him, man. He can get you a hassle-free policy, because if you have an emergency or something, you better have some money when you go into that hospital. And if they do admit you, you're gonna have to have money to get out. I believe he deals with Pacific Cross, and he's got access to 400 hospitals and emergency rooms, 300,000 doctors around the Philippines, okay? He can help you, man. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Don't come over here beating on these women, man, for whatever reason. Okay. Dude, if she did steal your money, go to the police, file a case, and get her locked up. Maybe you can get your money back. But you're 350 pounds, man. You're lucky you didn't kill that girl. It's not worth it. And the way you look, it don't look like you had a whole lot of money. And if you're watching, anybody watching, you don't keep that kind of money in your house anyway, or on you anyway. to make you want to go to jail, make you want to kill somebody for it. Expats are going crazy, man. I just saw something where they's acting a damn fool over in Colombia. Damn, they started a riot, guys, over the Americans, throwing money up in the air, man, and just different stuff, just acting a complete donkey, man. Yeah. I'm still waiting to hear about what happened to the guy over in Kenya. I hope he's all right, man.
Hey, we still waiting. We ain't heard from dude since he over there laying low, bruh. They trying to get him out of there, low key. hey, there was one guy. Okay, so Jay Rello was supposed to be on He was supposed to be on Razor Razors live a couple days ago, and he couldn't make it. And they got one guy over there now trying to locate him to get him out quietly. That's how bad it is. He done hit the Kenyan news. He done hit the Kenyan internet. It's that bad for this dude. Okay, but come on. But matter of fact, and then you ask, well, who gave him the idea to go over there? Austin Holloman did. Austin Holloman told him that it was cool to come over. Now, given Jay Rello's background and rap sheet, you already knew there was a recipe for disaster. But the problem is, the market wants to see him crash out. And crash out he did. Okay, the chat wants to be entertained, and unfortunately, these men are going to pull a Raja Jackson. They're going to feed into the chat and get wound up and whipped into a froth and do the unthinkable, and that's how we got here with Jay Rello.
You know, I don't wish that on anybody, because he's probably in big trouble, man. This guy thinks it's over for him. It's not over, man. They're going to get him. If he don't leave town, dude, if you watching me right now, you better leave St. Carlos City. Don't stay around here, man. Okay? Because they're going to get you if you do.